Hello and welcome to the Right Copy Girl headquarters. I've had quite a few questions off people asking me where I work, do I work on a laptop, do I work on the sofa, do I work in the garden, do I have an actual office? So rather than answering them all, I thought, right, I'm just going to do a little bit of a behind the scenes video for you to show you my office, because I do have an office. And this, as you can see, is Dexter. Now, Dexter is an integral part of my office because he is with me all day. Aren't you, darling? Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. One of the reasons I work from home is because I have some quite serious health conditions. Or I should say health issues, which mean I have to be quite flexible and I have to have certain things and sort of certain helpful things in place that can make sure that I can work but also stay healthy. And one of those things is this little man. So I'll show you my desk properly in a minute, but as you can see, this is my desk and this is his little cave under it. So yeah, he is in here whenever I'm in here. So if I'm at my desk, he is invariably either under there or sitting on whatever bit of carpet happens to have a patch of sunlight on it at the moment. Unfortunately, you can't see that at this present second, but normally when the sun shines through the window, you'll get like a square here that's like, you'll get like one tiny little patch there and he'll curl up in it. And it'll move, so he'll move and curl up in it. So yes, that's Dexter. Hiya. Hiya. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, he's a good boy. Let's get this on with. This, you can see, is my main desk. Now, loads of people ask me what kind of computer I use, what software I use, various other things like that. So I'm just going to give you a really quick. I'm not a computer person, by the way. I have a really good computer. I don't know the specs to it though. What I did was I told a friend who is a really good computer person what I needed it to do. He told me what specs I needed. I gave those specs to a custom building computer site and they built me the computer that I needed. So please don't ask me what the specs are because I don't know. But there were a few things that I knew I wanted. So the main one is that it's got 2 screens. It's actually got 3 screens, but one of them I'll show you in a minute I don't use constantly. Okay, so this is my main setup. I have 2 screens and I have it like that so that I can have, you can see, one, I've got Scrivener open there that I've been working on. So that is my book that I'm working on at the moment that you can see there. And then I've got the other one with internet and all my other files and everything on. So basically this really helps me out because it means I can have research and the internet and whatever else I want open on that one, and I can still type and write on that one, okay? And if you are going to be spending an awful lot of time writing, I really do recommend this setup because it's just absolutely brilliant because you don't have to constantly flick back and forth between whatever you're writing and whatever you're looking at. You can just glance. It's fab. So yeah, that's the main thing. Then I have the boring stuff like the keyboard and the mouse. If you're wondering what this is, just brace yourselves because this is really bright. I won't leave that on, that's horrible. That's my Lumi light. It's for, I have bipolar disorder, and it's basically that light, the spectrum of the light is a very specific spectrum that affects your brain chemicals. So it's not just used for bipolar disorder, it's called light therapy. It's used for depression And if you've heard of SAD, seasonal affective disorder, which a lot of people get, you know, through the winter months when it's really dark, light levels actually really affect your mood quite a lot. So that I use. I don't use it so much in the summer, but all through the winter that is on at least 2 hours a day, because it just keeps my mood up and stable. And if I get a bit depressed, which I generally have a bit of a bad period in the middle of summer, sort of May and June, I have that on a couple of hours a day, and that helps. So that's what that is. And other than that, let's see what else we've got. This is my third screen, which is a bit of a monster. That's actually a Cintiq. That's a Wacom Cintiq, and it's a you draw on it basically. I use it when I'm doing art or designing anything. And if you see down here, this is a pen for it. Is that going to focus? Yep, this is the pen for it. And I've not got anything. I should have opened something, but normally if you've got something open, like a drawer thing, you can literally use the pen and do stuff on it. So you can see that actually works. See if I can. Yeah, see, it opens stuff. I mean, I normally use it for drawing. But when I'm not using it for drawing or anything like that, I like to leave it there, because then I get to see my actual desktop image, which at the moment is my lovely little baby dragon, which is that's one of the illustrations from my new book, and a quote from my new book. So I like keeping that there because it keeps me nice and motivated. I tell you what, I'll do a version of that for you and stick it up so you can download it if you want, because I quite like having that to look at. So what else have we got? Oh, back of the door. Back of the door is covered in a shoe rack, which isn't actually full of shoes. Although I do have an awful lot of shoes there in my bedroom. It's actually full of pens. So these are my pro markers, of which I have several hundred, I'm not kidding. So they're all organised by colour. So each thing's got a different colour in, and then down at the bottom there's a few other artsy stationery type things. I've got pencils, I've got pens, fine liners and things, and more pro markers and tape and stuff. So that's that. And if you're wondering about printers and things, I only have one printer, and it's a very small one, because I don't actually print things out that much. I don't really like printing things, it wastes paper and I don't like doing that. I do have it though, but it's kind of hidden. And that's actually a printer, copier, scanner. So that does all three at once. It's an A4 scanner, A4 copier and a printer. But the one that I actually use more than that, which I have to keep in the box at the moment because there's nothing to put it on, is I've got an A3 scanner, which I use for all my artwork. Then if I back up a bit so you can see, I've got a big bookcase. And then there's a smaller one here. And then there's another one over there, which is mainly used for storing stuff other than books, to be honest. So it's got some books on it, it's got a few kind of businessy books, and it's got those are all the books that I'm using to research the novel I'm writing at the moment. And then I've got a box file of drop files and things, packing stuff, so jiffy bags and tissue paper and poster rolls and things like that. That big bag there is my camera bag. I would show you my camera, but I'm actually using it to shoot this, so I can't. But that's got all my camera equipment in it, and it's got my tripod next to it, and I've got an external hard drive there as well. and then that is full of bits, so other stationery and arty things and envelopes and just random stuff. I think there's some, yeah, postcards and business cards and paint stuff. Hello Dexter, what's going on? Yeah. And this is actually I'm very much in love with these at the moment. These are my Phoenix. Got phoenixes on the brain from writing my book. Peacock feathers. And there's actually a story behind these, because I was when I was first designing the new branding for the Right Copy Girl website, I showed it to a friend of mine, Sharon Kissam. So she's from well, she's from England, but she's living in Australia now, and she absolutely loved it, and she was asking where I got the colours from, and they were based on a peacock feather, because I absolutely love peacocks. And so anyway, she loved that, and she was showing how much she liked it, and then a week or two later I got this ridiculously huge tube in the post, like this massive tube in the post, all the way from Australia, and she has peacocks in her garden, which is just like the coolest thing ever, and they just had a baby, and I didn't know this, but when they have the babies, the males shed all of these beautiful tail feathers to use to feather the nest with. And I mean, obviously I knew the birds did that with normal feathers, I just didn't realise they shed all the tail feathers. So she had all these feathers, so she sent these are all from Australia, and the peacocks in the back garden of my lovely friend Sharon. So hi Sharon! This is what they look like, and they're lovely, so that's fab. So yeah, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. I do have more books elsewhere. I've got my pinboard there, which doesn't have a lot on it at the moment. I'll show you this. This is my blog schedule, which will mean absolutely nothing to you, but I live and die by this, basically. I'll do another video on it one day and show you what that all is actually, but trust me when I say that's my blog. That's my whole blog right there on the wall. So that's pretty much it from us. Hopefully you found this vaguely interesting, or at the very least enjoyed looking at a very cute puppy. So that's all from me for this time, and I will see you soon.